place. Someone flicks me a back body. So, it's another one, yeah. It's a full run, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Welcome to iBoxingHub. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours Truly Tre. What's good?
Yes, cuz I'm all good. Obviously, big up to the family, big up to the community. Just thank you for just tuning in to this big preview. We've obviously called it double header fight weekend, but you can call it a championship fight weekend as well. So we've got a lot of things to talk about, cuz man. But firstly, before we obviously get into the show, how you doing?
Good, not too bad, not too bad. Yourself?
All good, all good. Obviously, big up to D-Rock. We're obviously working in association with them. So, guys, if you ain't gone to their website, just go to D-Rock's page, which will be in the description. You'll see the likes of Johnny Nelson, Joseph Parker, and look, you'll just get 40% off anything if you just use our promo code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you'll get 40% off. Cuz, you know what we say, let's get down to business.
Yes. So we've got a big event this weekend. Funny enough, it's a double header. But let's start on boxers event. Now, there's 3 fights that I'm looking forward to. One of them being Lawal and I've forgotten his name.
Viddal, right?
That's it, yeah. And Chris Kongo and Marku, and obviously the main event, Frazer Clarke and Fabio Wardley.
That's the big one, cuz. That's the big one. I'm not going to lie to you, cuz. Before you say anything, let me just get this played.
That could be the problem. You could have waited too long. Could be past it. Too many rounds.
I'm just getting started, man.
Too worn in. Too tired.
I thought you'd done more rounds than me.
No, I'm talking about your career, everything before.
The amateurs.
Yeah,
man.
You said you was running around the world getting punched in.
The apprenticeship was good.
Takes its toll, doesn't it?
The apprenticeship was good, man.
Takes its toll on your body.
Turned me into a school
bit
man.
worn in, things hurt, ache.
This is truly the land of the giants.
Boy, the talk is done. The talk is done now. This is the fight week. Just before we go on that, I just want to briefly touch on Viddal Riley and Lawal. Now, this fight, do you think Lawal will be a test for Viddal Riley, or do you think it'll be? I wouldn't say an easy opponent, but do you think it'll be Viddal Riley's biggest test?
Yeah, definitely. And big up to Mr. Stars 619. Don't worry, I'm gonna drop in the link to the studio so you can have your say. He's got a question that he wanted to ask you, cuz. So special request from Mr. Stars from Toronto, Canada. Big up to him, and big up to Jams, big up Biyenge, big up Trey. Hope you're good. We're well. Kongo versus Marku should be lit. Ooh, along with the main event between Wardley and Clarke. Ooh, look, you're seeing it here. And Viddal beats Lawal on points for Jams. Although Lawal is a tough man, because honestly, I'm saying that it's gonna be Viddal's toughest fight, but I think he edges it, he wins it. I do see a points victory. I don't see a stoppage. I don't see a knockout. I think both guys are competitive, and I think this will be whose skills would work out the best for the night. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I honestly think it's going to be. I think I'm rooting for Viddal, but I think it will go to distance, and it could be a point victory. But however, if Viddal knocks out Lawal, then it's like, oh, then he's serious, and then his next contender will either be Isaac Chamberlain, unless Isaac Chamberlain vacates that belt and move on to the European. So it's just interesting to see what will happen next. But I think Viddal Riley is going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be an easy victory, but I think it's going to be a task. It's going to be a hard task.
I agree with you definitely, cuz big up to Mr. Styles. He's saying, how about the winner of Wardley versus Clarke fight Joseph Parker for the interim WBO heavyweight world title? Let's have it. Let's have it, cuz.
I think it's too soon, man.
Let's have it.
I think it'll be too soon for the fighters. I think, like, look, you know, Clarke and Woodley, they are on British levels at the moment. I would like to see them go on European, and from European then go on to world levels. I think it'll be a big jump, and I think due to experience, I think Joseph Parker at this present moment, he beats both of them.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Look, it would be a huge statement if Viddal stops Lawal. Yep, it's a good point. A very good point, cuz. Very good point. I'm not even going to lie to you. I think if he does stop him, it's a big statement. It's a big statement he's making. And big up to Say Less as well. Thank you so much for joining in. Until Fury, Usyk have done their 2 fights, no one is getting any top level fights, which is fair. It's fair. It's a fair point. Jams is saying that's a good shout. I think Joel Parker deserves another crack at AJ in September, which makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Could be putting on a show in Wembley, cuz. What do you think?
Yeah, do you know what?
Rematch.
Yes, I want to see the rematch with Parker and AJ, but then I'm more drawn into seeing AJ fight Wilder. I know it sounds silly if someone say, but Parker beat Wilder, but it's just, if Wilder gets past Zhang, and I'm talking about if he knocks out Zhang, that's a if he knocks out Zhang, then that's the fight I want to see.
Yeah, I reckon Eddie's going to do his best.
The route I want to see Parker going is hopefully get a shot for the world title, you know?
No, definitely, I agree. Look, I agree. Parker versus AJ in Wembley. I think that'll be a good shout. Look, the people are calling for it, and I think this man, because they've got their new collaboration, like, cuz, what's your thoughts? Wilder, Matchroom, what's your thoughts with that? I never expected that.
I don't know, man. For me, like, look, I just want to see AJ and Fury. That's what I want to see for now. I don't look. If AJ fights Parker, and let's just say if it goes left, and it just ruins the whole party. So let's just focus on what's happening. I mean, look, we're hearing Herkovich and
Daniel Dubois.
Apparently for the vacant IBF, or when it becomes vacant. So I'm a bit confused there, because my understanding it was about Undisputed. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about what's going on this weekend.
All right, cuz before we talk about Wardley and Clarke again, we just got to this is why I love boxing, and when boxing mixes with football, I think this is a perfect scene to kind of build the fight that we're about to see, man. So just
I'm taking it back. They're coming back with me. They're coming back with me, all of you. You all see it. Tune in. Buy a ticket. Let's be having you. Let's be having you.
yeah, cuz
Wow.
the energy there.
At the end of the day, look, they have to sell the fight. Do you know what I mean? Think about it, they're fighting at the O2 Arena. Now, have they sold out O2 Arena?
Guys, get involved. Have they sold out the O2 yet? I did still see the tickets are for sale, but if there's any confirmations, guys, get involved. Jam's saying that apparently it's Herkovich versus Dubois. Zhang versus Wilder in a round robin style tournament type, where the winners of each fight fight the other next. Just rumors. It's just talks. What do you think, cuz?
I don't know, man. At the moment, I'm not listening to no rumors, man. I can't be asked, man. Until I see something that's been finalized, and that's when I can get excited. For now, it's not.
All right, cuz let's be having you. Look, even Palamos Music knows. Look, he knows about the energy. Cuz let me just say this before you say anything, cuz let me just say this. We've been podcasting now for years, and you've said Wardley looks like he can be the next, heavyweight champion. I just kind of want to know your thoughts about his journey, and I think it's great, man, that he's headlining the O2.
Yeah, look, he hasn't had it easy. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, his background was white collar boxing. I would say Frazer's got more experience than him due to the Olympic pedigree and, you know, sparring with the likes of Joe Joyce, AJ back in the days. With Wardley, I feel that he's done really well. Like me personally, I think he's probably fought better opponents than Frazer Clarke, like the likes of what's his name, Nathan Gorman. Who else? I forgot his name. That Ghanaian boxer. He knocked him out. I completely forgot his name. He was the Ghanaian champion in Ghana. Yes, I just feel that, and not even that, he's had more professional fights than Clarke. You know, so hence why I'm rooting more for Wardley's, because he hasn't had it easy. Do you know what I mean? He's just a fighter. Whereas Clarke, again, he's a fighter. He's had more amateur fights than obviously my man. But they sometimes say, how old is he? Is he what, 38, 36? How old is Clarke?
It's about 32, I believe, 32. Wardley's about 29. So
okay, not that bad then. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but then again, at the same time, I think with this fight, I think Clarke. So I think Wardley. So no, Clarke would be Wardley. No, I'm talking about. So Frazer Clarke, his biggest test will be Fabio Wardley.
Yeah,
that will be his biggest test. I think Fabio Wardley beats Dave Allen if they were ever to fight. I think he beats him. I would think if what's his name? If Savage Babbage was to move up to heavyweight, Fabio Wardley beats him. I even think I'm gonna put it out there. I think Fabio Wardley will put in a good fight with Hrgovic.
Good point, man. It's such a good point. I'm just literally trying to go through everyone's points. Big up. Thank you so much.
I wanted to quickly touch up on Chris Kongo and Marku.
Yes,
this is a serious fight. This fight is serious. You know, Marku, I think Chris has had better, he's fought better opponents than what Marku has fought. So I think this might be Marku's toughest fight. And just look at just look at the reach difference. Chris is taller than him, skillful. But then again, I think Marku can cause an upset, not cause an upset, yeah, but he can cause problems. But I feel that I think Chris knocks him out.
Yeah, I want him to do it as well, because I want him to do it. We obviously had him on the show briefly, and yeah, just big up to Chris, man. I hopefully he does the job. Cuz we've got Mr. Styles 619 waiting backstage. He obviously wanted to come through, you know, show some love from Canada, and I think he wanted to ask you a question as well, which he just personally want that opinion from yourself. So obviously big up to Mr. Styles 619.
What's happening?
What's going on?
What's going on, brother?
Just want to say WrestleMania's on next week.
Ooh, what's your thoughts, man? What are you saying about WrestleMania? Is Cody Rhodes, is he gonna do it? He gonna do it?
Bottom line is they need to take the title off of Roman and put it on Cody. I know people said for Roman to put asses in seats and all that stuff, but the problem is it's been 3 years and people have gotten tired. They're like, he hasn't won a match by himself in over 3 years. He's straight up cheated. Like, okay, a few times you can cheat here and there. Okay, fine, that's all well and good, but it's literally been 3 years of his title reign, all cheating all the time. And I'm like, okay, like, just, I mean, seriously, I guarantee you, if they keep the belt on him at Mania, I don't see how, like, the company, like, there's no way they're not going to lose fans, like, if people think they're not going to lose money, it's,
yeah.
I mean, come on, it's stupid. They need to take the belt off him now. It's just,
It's that time. It's that time, isn't it? Yeah, no. We
It was
could
that time.
wrestling all
3
day.
years ago. It was that time 3 years ago that they could have taken. After the first year, they could have taken the belt off him. They could have taken the belt out of him 15, 20 times over. But,
Yeah.
but no. But aside from that, I also wanted to say real quick before I get you guys' opinion on something.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
winner of Wardley Clarke. Reason why I said for them to fight Joseph Parker is because these guys, I feel like they need to step up in competition. They need that step up and challenge to fight. If they want to be considered a viable threat in the heavyweight division, these guys need to fight these top guys. Because I can also make the argument, why don't these guys deserve to fight someone like Joseph Parker when you have someone like Francis Ngannou coming in, and he fought a former world heavyweight champion and the current world heavyweight champion in Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Why does he get to fight these guys, and yet these guys don't get a shot to fight someone like a Joseph Parker or a Big Bang? Wow, like why don't they get to deserve to fight that?
I think commercially, like Ngannou, obviously what he's been through in life and what he's achieved in UFC, and not making £1 million in UFC and then going into boxing, he's gone clear. Whereas the likes of Frazer Clarke and Fabio Wardley, they're still trying to build up, their career. I feel that, let's just say, if they was to fight the likes of Joseph Parker, and Joseph Parker knocks them out cold within 3 rounds, it might potentially take them time to rebuild again. Do you know what I mean? And not even that, at the same time, they're still learning, and I believe they're still trying.
This is a sport. This is a sport where you gotta you gotta learn, you gotta see if you can hang, and if you can't hang, you gotta at least try. I'm not saying like automatically the winner gets Fury, Usyk. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you gotta at least try to fight one of these guys, because if you can't, and you as a fighter yourself gotta think, if I can't see if I can hang with these guys, then what the hell am I doing here?
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. I can't even lie. It is actually a fair point what he's saying in terms of
what he's saying, like
not challenging, but fight that level of opponent. It does, yeah.
I mean, look. Otherwise, like I said, I'm wasting all my time. I'm wasting my family's time. I'm sacrificing all. Like you gotta give them. I'm not saying like these guys go fight 15 fucking rounds like they did back in Muhammad Ali's days. I'm not saying that. I mean, that would be entertaining to see one time a 15-round fight in my lifetime. See a 15-round fight. It's not gonna ever happen. But these guys need to, because think about this. These guys that fight, especially on the British circuit, who fight for the British, Commonwealth, European titles, that's just, I will say, that's just like a small stepping stone for them to fight for one of the 4 belts. All right, and they all know that. They all know, like, if I win these belts, then that's just like my next goal. Because I always see them posting stuff online, like, okay, all the titles I've won: British, Commonwealth, European, check. Next, one of the 4 belts, and then on their road to become undisputed. So Wardley's already got 2 of those belts in his grasp for this weekend. He's thinking, okay, I defend this, then I should fight for one of those big 4 belts. And right now, the only one that's really got a belt in line for him to fight is the interim belt, and that's Joseph Parker. So again, I know they're not probably, for some people, they might not be ready, but there's no better time like the present. They need, if they want to be considered the next Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury of the British circuit, they need to fight these guys in order to see if they can hang. Because again, no matter what Ngannou's been through, people like boxing purists can say he did not deserve to fight Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua when he's never fought a boxing fight in his entire life. These guys have. They deserve it more than he does, and I got to agree with that.
No, it's a fair point. No, big up to you, Mr. Styles. I just want to run through some of these comments. Obviously, big up to Aisha. Aisha's obviously saying big up, Mr. Styles. Big up, Chris. Big up, Trey. No, big up to you, Aisha, as well. Palamos is obviously saying, is Ryan okay? He's all right. Look, I don't know if you saw his recent.
Yeah.
He's in
Ryan,
shape. So he's good.
Honestly, I don't know what the hell is going on with him. I even heard he did an interview with Andrew Tate, and I heard some of the stuff that he said, and I'm just like, even if some of those things could be true, I'm not going to question it whether it's true. I'm just saying, if they were true, the people that were involved in whatever happened to him, why would they allow him to say stuff like that to, like, why would they? He's making himself look more unstable than anything. And this guy's going back and forth saying, "Oh, I'm not going to be on social media. I am going to be on social media." I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready for these, because look what happened when he fought Tank. The guy thought he was.
Do you think so? You think Ryan Garcia is not ready to fight Haney? Not ready.
Not mentally. Not mentally. Like, boxing wise, I would say, like, yeah, he's ready to fight someone like Devin Haney without a doubt. But mentally, no, he's not there. No, I wouldn't put him in the ring. If I'm on his team, if I'm part of his camp, I wouldn't risk putting him in there, because it's not going to be well for him mentally. Because a lot of people say the sport, like, you could heal from physical pain. A lot of people, you can heal from physical pain, broken bones, everything. You only got one of these. You only got one brain.
Yep.
And if you don't heal from that, then it's like, then what? You're useless to your career.
I mean, some say this is all. I don't know how true it is, but they're saying it's all mind games. He's just playing mind games to sell tickets.
He's hurting himself more than he's trying to, like, get at Devin Haney. I mean, he's hurting himself more than, if that's mind games, that's the stupidest thing of mind games I've ever seen in my entire life. No disrespect. I'm not trying to question the guy's mental, but what mind game? You're hurting your own image more than you're going for Devin. Hey, Devin Haney's just like, all right, what's up? Like I'm just here. Like, you're. I saw the press conference he had. He's leading up. He came in with a 3-ring circus, OnlyFans models, all this. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
like, it was a goddamn. That was like a sideshow. Like, what is that?
It was crazy. It was crazy. But you know what, lads? We could talk about that all day. I just want us to just kind of run through the other event that's about to happen. Of course, you got Tim Tszyu versus Fundora. Of course, it's going to be a tough fight for Tszyu. I think it's going to be a tougher fight than the original Keith Thurman fight. Why? Because it's for the WBC belt. The vacant belt's on the line, and also Tim Tszyu's title is on the line as well. So, boys, just want to get your quick thoughts on the event that's obviously going to be coming up. Of course, the big one, the championship fight between Tszyu and Fundora. What's your thoughts, lads?
50-50. I'm going 50-50, but I'm more going to Tim Tszyu. He's a warrior.
Yeah.
So if you were to ask me, I say Tim Tszyu, but on paper, I think it's 50-50. It can go either way. But my money's on, well, if I was a betting man, my money would be on Tim Tszyu. Knockout.
Tim Tszyu knockout. What are you saying, Mr. Styles?
Look, if he was still fighting Keith, I would say that fight would have been 50-50. But as opposed to now him fighting, no disrespect to Fundora, but I feel like Tim he's ready for that next, he's ready for that next level. And look, even if, with the winner of this, like, he could even potentially be fighting, Terence Crawford, like somewhere down the line. Terence Crawford's even thrown his name against. And again, it's like I said before with Wardley Clarke, these guys, you want to prove that you're the best. This is the next step. Like, you got to fight these big names. You got to, go after these. And to me, Tim, he's fought. He's proven himself enough to where he's earned these fights now.
Yeah,
he's earned these fights. But yeah, I think the winner of that. Yeah, the winner of that gets whoever's whether it be Crawford or whoever wants to step up. But I say Tim is definitely next in line for he wins. Maybe I'm going to say, if I had to pick how he wins, I'm going to say probably by decision if if Fundora executes his game plan, but I'll probably say by knockout by maybe say the 6th or 8th round.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking inside 10 rounds. Everyone's just getting involved in the chat. Let me see if I could run through some of the comments, people. So obviously big up to Neutral. Thank you so much for getting involved in the chat as well. A lot of people are actually going for, so these are the Mind Games comments. So Lucy's got Tszyu. You got Neutral saying Tszyu by referee stoppage 5-9. I'm saying inside 10.
Yeah.
It's a great fight. So yeah. So a lot of people are going Tszyu. Mendoza knocked out. Yep, it's true. Yep. They both have that common opponent as well, which is a good point here. Who's only lost? Yep. No, it's true. This is a very, very good point here. Ooh. Tim Tszyu late stoppage. Big up Hakan Johansson as well. Just loving the energy, people. Best fight of the night. And Lucy's obviously saying Fundora's 6 foot tall, but is really easy to hit. No, he's 6 foot. He's 6 foot. I think a little mistake there. Yeah. Yeah, Fundora's tall. He's 6'5". He's very, very tall. He's got a record of 20 wins. He's only lost 1. Tim Tszyu's obviously won 24 fights, 17 knockouts, and he's the current champion. So we've got to favor him. I'm going for late stoppage inside 10. That's my call.
Yeah.
Tim Tszyu.
Do you know what, yeah? Just going back to your question, Styles. So, Mr. Styles, 619. When you said about the likes of Frazer Clarke, Fabio Wardley challenging Joseph Parker, I thought just coming to my head now, yeah, where see how you got Matchroom and Queensberry, they've got the 5v5. I think Boxer should do the same. I think Boxer PBC should link up and do 5v5.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Definitely.
that game changer.
Yeah.
But the only issue is, where is it going to be? Is it going to be here in the UK or will it be there in America? Either way, I think it'll probably be better in America because it'll show the talent that we've got here in the UK. More exposure. What's your thoughts?
Good point.
I actually like that because look, I mean, obviously Queensberry and Matchroom, they're going to have England or wherever they do it, they're going to have that covered because they're like the top 2 promotions for boxing. A Boxer and Premier Boxing Champions, I think they, like you said, they need to link up. Or even there was another boxing promotion called Weiserman.
Westerman.
Yeah, like even like even like that paired up with Boxer, like even them paired up with Boxer to do like a 5 versus 5 because, I mean, why not? I mean, they had one of their champions, Landon Arthur, fight Viddal at that Day of Reckoning event in Saudi, where Viddal he walked away as a unified champion. He walked away as the WBA and IBO light heavyweight world champion. So when he fights for the Undisputed, it's going to be for all the belts.
Yep.
It's truly going to be for. So I feel like why not? They're going to do, since Queensberry and Matchroom have that covered. One of these other other promotions do that and put a 5 versus 5. But
Lucy doesn't think it can happen. So Lucy is saying that I can't see PBC agreeing to that. They usually don't like to play with others unless it pays really well. I reckon.
What about Top Rank? What about Top Rank?
Top Rank, yep. But because boxers with Sky Sports, I think they can generate something with PBC definitely. In terms of even airing this fight over the weekend, it's going to be on Triller for us. It's not going to be on Prime. So, so through Boxer, they could possibly do a situation where PBC, Sky Sports, it can work. In my opinion, it could work.
I would like to see, Boxer, and then maybe even Top Rank, so some of the guys there to do, a 5 versus 5, because even Top Rank this weekend, they've got the post that I did.
Yeah.
They got 2 of the fights that I'm looking at the most. For the minimum world title for the women's, the Undisputed, and then Oscar Valdez and Liam Wilson. I just found out that's actually going to be for the interim WBO featherweight world title.
Okay.
Because Emmanuel, no, I can't pronounce his name, but he's going to be fighting for the lightweight world title, right? And they said if he wins and he chooses to stay and keep that belt there, then whoever wins this interim title gets promoted to full champion. I just found this out literally yesterday. I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting.
Navarrete. I know Lucy's just confirming Navarrete. No, it's true. It's gonna be juicy, and the fact that you're mentioning that Top Rank got a show, but the way I see it this weekend is just being taken over by a boxer, and obviously PBC, the launch of Prime. I think that is the best way that they can launch a platform. For us UK fans, we're getting it on Triller. I don't know how it is in Canada. How you guys? You're gonna have it in Prime, innit?
I think so. Like I have we have an Android box where we're allowed to watch it on TNT Sports and all that, and it's connected to the internet. So I'll probably be able to watch it if I'm lucky. But this is and I like the name for it, Bad Blood. I mean, I like the name for the event because
WWE.
The clip that you guys showed of them at the football match, that's the last place I want to entice or get fans riled up is at a football match, because I've been to a football match in person. It was a AS Roma versus Celtic, right?
Ooh,
Let me tell you this. One of the guys there, he was drunk before, during, and after the game. I was like, you don't know, like, you think combat fans or any other sports fans, football fans, like soccer, football, like, they're wrong people to get riled up. wrong people to get riled up. No. But I feel like Top Rank is the start that leads into these 2 massive events this weekend. That leads into the Tim Tszyu and boxer event. Like Top Rank is the appetizer to the main course, which are these 2 events. You know, and that's not a bad thing. Like I still give these, like, the Top Rank card, like their respect. That's just like, to your point, it's the appetizer to the main events, which is going to be these 2 events this weekend. But before anything else, I want to even get, like I said, your opinion on something, because
let's have it.
I saw something on Twitter a few days ago. Like I saw an exchange between Ebony Bridges and Nina Hughes, right?
Oh yes, yeah.
And like Nina Hughes was just kind of calling out Ebony Bridges for her calling out a corn star who does influence boxing, Astrid Wet.
Astrid Wet, Astrid Wet, yeah. I did hear about that, yeah.
And I'm just like, you're really calling her out? What is wrong with you? Like, and people can say what they want, but honestly, this is not a good look for Ebony. This is not a good look, because
you're right. You know what? I'm just kind of thinking about it right now. Just before you say it, I did see a clip, like in defense of Ebony Bridges. She did say that if that fight is offered, she'll gladly take it, but she wants to focus on being the champion again. So she's looking at fighting champions, not that kind of fighter.
Fair point, but you can't. But given her stance on what she's doing, like, and the way she was exchanging with Nina, like, she's diminishing Nina's title run, like her WBA title. I remember even watching an interview where Nina said it, like, I don't think she's focused on wanting to be Undisputed Champion. Nina's more focused, because think about this.
I agree with you.
the WBC and WBO champions unified the bantamweight division. And you know who I thought? You know what I was thinking? I was like, you know, it'd be perfect. I was like, if you have the WBA and IBF women's champions at that event to show that they want to, you know, fight the winner of this fight. And you know, the person I saw there was Nina Hughes. So to me, Nina Hughes is taking this more seriously than Ebony Bridges. Ebony Bridges, what she seems to be worried about all these days is Conor McGregor, her OnlyFans, and everything else under the sun that has nothing to do with boxing. Even Nina Hughes, I think, even said she was offered to fight on the undercard of Anthony Joshua's fight last August, right? So, if that's the case, you say you've been out of action. You've been I'm not getting fights for 2 years. You've been injured most of those 2 years. But aside from that, you're talking shit about someone who, like, you're trying to compare Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. That's not real boxing. That's just a freaking circus performance that's going to happen. That's all it is. That's not real boxing. I'm sorry. I mean, even the Misfits cards they just had recently, I saw the clips of it, and I'm like, bro, my nephews can knock these guys out. Come on. Like, I'm like, the way they were, like, throwing, I'm like, come on. And, like, and you want to call us trolls? You want to call us? Stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Like, you're embarrassing yourself.
It is mad. It is mad. It is mad. You know what? For me, anyway, I kind of just see the Misfits boxing or influencer boxing or crossover boxing. I see that as just like the WWE of boxing that can just focus on that side. And then we've got the actual, you know, professional sport that we obviously enjoy.
Perfectly fine. And that's nothing wrong with that. But someone to that point, someone like an Ebony Bridges shouldn't, because look at where she made her name for herself off of the Shannon Courtney fight. Let's be real. She made her name off of that Shannon. That was a good fight.
Yeah.
You know what? That's how I came across Ebony Bridges and Shannon Courtney. Bless you.
Thank you.
That's how I came across.
Yeah.
That's how I came across those two, because I saw their interaction. I saw their, you know, their back and forth. And I was like, oh, that's how I became a fan. But like I said last time I was on the show, I'm a fan of fighters until they start, you know, going, you know, doing this other shit, this non-boxer shit like she's doing. And like I said, if she's really focused, because think about this. You guys say she's focused on being champion. Before she fought Yoshida, she was supposed to fight Avromavi, right?
Yep.
She wasn't doing that for boxing. She was doing that for her OnlyFans. She's even said it. All right. And I know I should be nice to Ebony Bridges, but realistically, she's not being nice. She wasn't being nice to Nina Hughes. Okay. So she's not nice to Nina Hughes, who's a mother and, you know, trying to, like, you know, fight, make better life for her kid. Then I'm not gonna be so nice either. I'm done being nice to, you know.
It's fair. It's fair. Obviously, big up to Sean Buchanan. He's obviously saying it's only just entertainment, brother. So YouTubers are obviously beating club fighters, and it's increasing viewing figures, which is true. Big up Sean for that comment, and I don't think Yoshida missed a single punch as well. When she fought Bridges, literally landed every single punch. Good point as well. She made her name come out of fights in her knickers and bra, to be honest. And look,
and you know what?
Yeah.
And to add to that point, that's why I said, because Ebony Bridges, when she was supposed to fight Avromavi, she was like, "Oh, Battle of the Boobs." That's what she literally called it against her fight against Avromavi. Now think about this: say Avromavi had won against Avromavi, who lost to Remula Ali, hasn't fought since, and then becomes a world champion. That's just, I'm sorry, for boxing purist rankings, I would not have been okay with that. And for Ebony Bridges, you just got beat by someone who's not really on your level. You know, who's not really, like, I mean, look at Nina Hughes. She's going to be fighting a former super bantamweight world champion and Sugar Neat. Now, Sugar Neat.
That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a good fight.
That's going to be a phenomenal fight. And the reason why I'm more excited for that fight, and yes, Sugar Neat promoted. She said, "Oh, like she came out with body paint. I'm joining OnlyFans and all that stuff." And then
Yeah,
she got
yeah.
beat.
But she fights. She does fight. Sugar Neat. She gets in the ring.
Does fight.
Does
That's
the
the
job.
thing. She does fight. She does fight.
Mm.
Like I said, even though she promoted, like, yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm doing all this. I'm on OnlyFans and all this stuff. At least she's not, you know, calling out these YouTubers even for like clout or whatever. That's all Ebony Bridges is doing these days. Is calling people out for clout, and she wants to be taken seriously again as a legitimate threat, as a legitimate world champion. Then focus on. Why not fight Shannon Courtney in a rematch? Because, like she said, Yoshida's got to fight the mandatory opponent next.
Yep.
Do the rematch with Courtney. Because even Courtney said on her Instagram stories, she had an interaction with Ebony Bridges. And Ebony Bridges told one side, but Courtney told the truth. And she's like, the way she looked, she's like, Courtney even said it looked like someone hacked her OnlyFans page. She looked like she didn't want like nothing to do with me.
Wow.
You want to be taken seriously? You want to be taken seriously again? Like Courtney, winner gets Yoshida next.
No, that's a
Right?
fair.
And here's the
That's
thing.
a fair point. Fair point.
And Yoshida, that Yoshida fight. If I was a member of Bridges' camp, I would not have let Bridges take in that fight because she was preparing for Avril Lavigne. And yes, she wanted to make her U.S. debut, but the thing is, you're fighting someone who's coming off of a few losses, who's a former WBO World Champion, but has got nothing to lose. She's got everything to gain in that fight, and that's a dangerous fighter. You never want to fight someone who's got that. That's a dangerous fighter. And I'm sorry, but she was. I would pull her from that fight and be like, listen, you want to make this fight? Make it for a later date. That's fine. I would put that like, you know, make it for sometime in the new year. Let's have them fight for the co-main or undercard, whatever. They fight for the world title. There, perfect. Give them a few extra months to train. You know, that's what I would have done. I would not have. But Ebony Bridges, being Ebony Bridges, she didn't give a shit. She's like, you know, she had one title defense out of all during her almost 2 years as champion. One title defense, and she thinks she's like, you know, walking like Conor McGregor does, and all that. I'm like, calm down, like calm down, man. Okay.
You know what? This is Stars, man. Big up to you, brother, man. Big up. Look, I wish we could spend, you know, hours and hours with you, of course, man. But we obviously have to wrap up the show, man. But big up to you. Thank you so much for, you know, making the request to be on the show. Guys, if you want to, you know, join, you know, Mr. Styles 619 one day, just drop us a message and we're more than happy to, you know, get you on the show, just like Mr. Styles.
I would like to be on the show with Asher is her name. I would like to be on the show with her. She's very cool. Yeah.
Aisha, so Aisha, if you're watching this, Mr. Styles 619 wants to be in Green Diamond Boxing, so let me know, let us know, or let him know, so we'll make that happen. Guys, just before we wrap up, just final predictions. So, Cuz, Wardley, Clarke, who you going for?
Wardley.
Cool. Mr. Styles 619, who you going for?
I know Wardley's the defending champ, but I'm gonna go with Clarke.
Ooh, I'm going for Wardley inside 10 rounds. So let's have it. And the next one, Tim Tszyu and Fundora. Guys, what's your thoughts?
Tim Tszyu knockout.
Tim Tszyu knockout inside 10. What you saying?
Tim Tszyu and knockout, same inside of 10. I'm cool. Sorry, like we all picked different fighters for the Wardley Clarke, but we can all be unanimous. Tim Tszyu.
It's unanimous for this one. We know what's going to happen for this one because we all want to see Tim Tszyu versus Crawford next, and that will be a big one for the belts, for the WBC, WBO titles. Let's have it. But guys, obviously, big up to the community. Thank you so much, everyone, for being involved. Look, so everyone's just confirming Fabio Wardley. That's the energy he's bringing. And we've got a big one this weekend. So I'm just excited to obviously wrap that up with you guys. The boxing roundup won't be on Sunday, of course, because, you know, it's the big day. So we're going to have to reschedule that for another day. Big up to Neutral. Neutral has his show on Friday, the Hard Talk. So Mr.
Hard
Star
talk.
619. If you wanna, you know, have that kind of hard talk conversation,
Yeah, I would love to. I would love that opportunity.
Neutral's hard talk is the one. So, no, big up to the family, big up to the community. Want to wrap up the show because I might as well leave it up to yourself.
Yeah, listen, guys. Remember, like, share, subscribe, follow us, keep supporting. Have a lovely, productive week, and we shall see you next week. Peace and love.
Big up.
It's another band. All the Muslim calls now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone